get everybody, yeah. Keep talking, Terry. I'd love to use the gavel. It is now 1:30 and I have the privilege of calling the IT and Equalization Committee to order. I trust that you've had an opportunity to read the minutes of July 2nd, 2026. If so, I entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Collins, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any amendments or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those same sign, we have approved the minutes of July 2nd. Now on to the finance report for information technology.
You will find your IT division of the capital fund in your packet, and you will see that this has been run as of July 23rd, 2026. We have various projects open and hitting expenses at this time, and you have a balance for future projects at $220,396.38.
Is there any questions of the finance report today? Hearing none, we have moved along to IT report. Director Ricker. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. For our current projects, I do not have any other business or updates for any of those, but I'll be happy to answer any questions. I do have another update to mention. There's another capital project that I'm going to be looking to bring forward next month in regards to replacing server hosts. This is a capital project that was approved for the 2026 budget. So it's just something that we haven't gotten to yet this year. So something I'll be bringing forward. Other than that, if there's any questions.
All right. Any questions of the IT report? Seeing none, we've moved on to communications. We have a thorough report this month, working with Director Ambrose on the report. She will present it to us now.
All right, the report is in your packet. On our website, our meeting views were up a little bit in July. The most popular meeting, I'm guessing no one will be, well, Board of Commissioners evening meeting was pretty popular, but outside of that, the Board of Health meeting in July was very popular. I'm guessing you can all guess as to why. Website visit.
And up near the top was also IT and Equalization as well. Continue on, Director Ambrose.
I'm not sure that's accurate. On social media for our main Lenawee County accounts, as I indicated last month, I was expecting all the numbers to be up in July, and they were. It was a very busy month. The most popular posts were the 2026 tax sale, the information we sent out about cyclosporiasis, of course, everything with 4-H and the fair. We had an emergency alert for the village of Onstead with the boil water advisory. And then the post about Gerber Hill Park also did very well. I did not pull the stats for the health department, but those numbers were also quite high. We had a lot of activity for the health department the last month with, we had the cyclosporiasis, but we also had heat advisories and the wildfire smoke advisory as well that had to go out. For Facebook, our videos were up a little bit, but we did do some live streams at the fair last week. And of course, our normal meetings. TikTok numbers are up exponentially, but again, we had some videos that we did of the fair that went out. On Constant Contact, which we use to send out our email newsletters, those numbers are pretty much normal. Click rate was a little bit higher than it usually is. We did once again add the text messaging back in for Constant Contact to be utilized by the health department for communication to people for case management for the cyclosporiasis. So that was very helpful for them instead of having to text people individually to send out mass texts every day to get them the links to fill out the form so they can gather more information for case management. And that is about it. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is doc access, which the board approved last month. That is now up and running on our website for all of our PDFs. Unfortunately, we're a little short-staffed this afternoon, so I'm not really able to illustrate it for you, but if you look at any PDFs on our website, including those that are in the agenda and meeting management software, if you see there at the top, there is a translate button now in all our agenda items, and it'll instantly translate both the agenda and the agenda packets for you into any language you desire. There's also, once you go into those on the right-hand side, there's a sidebar that will pop out where you can ask it an AI question. So the example I like to use is if you pull up last year's budget, you can ask it for any department, you know, what was the sheriff's office budget for 2026? And it'll answer it for you. And then it'll instantly go to that spot in the PDF, which for the budget is a hundreds of pages document. It'll go to that spot and highlight it for you and give you that answer. So it's a very helpful tool that now all of our residents have access to. That is all.
Any questions of the IT report? Mr. Collins?
It's just a comment. At the health department board, it took me 20 minutes to be able to say cyclosporiasis. You whipped it off like you learned it in preschool.
I have been taking a lot of phone calls from members of the media.
She's also the communications expertise, so if she couldn't, that would be also another issue. I do have a question. So the AI, what is that powered by? I might have missed that.
That's the software that we purchased last month. It's an add-on through Civic Plus that exists in all of our PDFs. And it's a closed system, so it doesn't go outside of it, but so it'll look for the answers to the questions you may ask in that specific PDF.
So it's a part of Civics Plus.
Correct.
Yep, I noticed that this month at the bottom, it does say powered by AI, and
Yep.
I noticed little differences on going through the packets, and I guess that will make it a little easier for residents and commissioners to purview and
Yes, Commissioners
analysis to the
will be
data.
able to use it to find the answers to the questions you may need in the packets.
County Administrator Murphy.
I just wanted to comment, when Ms. Ambrose was going through the statistics, she referenced TikTok. And I know there's a lot of questions and stuff about TikTok, and I do not have a TikTok account, so I often have gone to Jen and say, explain to me, what are you putting on TikTok? I want to understand that a little bit better. And I have to say, I would love to see Jen bring a couple of those forward, because one in particular that she provided to me was a video that she put together on her own that talks about the differences between local municipal governments and county government. And it was very well done, and it just helps our constituents, our residents, to understand a little bit of the difference. And she did that on her own. And I just think it's a great video, and it only takes a couple minutes to get through. So I think it's something that you may enjoy seeing at some point, if
That
you
is-
don't have a TikTok account.
That is fantastic, and let alone our county continues to be very forward-looking, and thanks to a lot of leadership here and Jennifer on this communications issues. While I do not have a TikTok account, I'll make sure that Chairman Van Dorn lets me look on his TikTok account so I can see that. Oh, thank you. Any other questions of the communications report? Thank you, Jennifer. Moving along now, we are at equalization, the equalization report. Mr. Clements,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon, sir.
It's a relatively short report today. Just a couple things. On the equalization side, we have sent the initial sales studies out to all of our assessors to start getting feedback on if they know any information about a particular sale that we don't. We've heard back from most of them at this point in time. Then on the software side, we are having some internal discussions on the upgrade to our BSNA software, what that's going to look like, how that's going to impact everybody in the county that currently uses our system. And aerial imagery bill, there's been no movement on that. I don't expect there to be much, but I'll keep an eye on it, just given that we're in an election year. Anything happening would be rare. On the assessing side, July Board of Review was completed to correct qualified errors or grant exemptions such as the poverty exemption to taxpayers that qualify. Entering documents, we currently have actually 3 open tribunal cases now. Those are going right along. And on the GIS, nothing new, just still processing splits and keeping it updated with all the newest information. And then long-term, still working on converting to the newest version of the software. If you have any questions for me, I'm available.
Any questions of the equalization report? Well, it's a busy season. Thank you, Director Clement, for your efforts. All right, moving along. Is there any other business before us today? Any other business? Hearing none, moving along to public comment. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Is there any public comment? Hearing none, seeing none. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Or
Motion by Commissioner Tillotson, supported by Commissioner